Ladies and gentlemen, Pingu has arrived. Pingu, can you hear me okay? Rubs, good to have you with us as well. Rubs won the race yesterday in Division 2. Really solid race. Really showed us what he's got. Finished so far ahead. Didn't get fastest lap until this morning. YBN got it, but a very, very great race. Ash has left the room. Interesting. Got a bit of Spinorama drama going on in the chat right now that you can see on the left-hand side. So apparently Iceman Kimmy is going to be starting last because he didn't attend the practice start. Ooh. Right guys, so if you're joining us just now, we had an amazing race one here at Tsukuba with the second tier of our drivers in GTS. Now is the first tier, so this is where the fastest drivers are going to be going head to head. Oh, and look who it is. The man, the legend himself, Atomic, has showed up. Atomic was the one who chose this track, and surprise, surprise, he's not racing in it. Now, he would have been, I believe, in Vilsek's spot here, or even Lika's spot, I'm not quite sure. But so much drama in Spinorama has led to Atomic leaving, and that is why Racer has replaced him in the previous race. Let's hope Vilsek and Likala, team captain Likala, have more luck than they did yesterday in F1 with the Ferrari team. Whenever it could have gone wrong for Ferrari yesterday, it went wrong. And whenever it could have gone right for them, it went wrong. It was actually very painful to watch Ferrari struggling as much as they did yesterday. They both had so much pace, so much pace. But if it wasn't them crashing into each other, it was them getting collected by another driver through no fault of their own. 2 cars at a time, you know. It wasn't just one of them, it was both of them always. And yeah, super unfortunate. I think they finished dead last, both of them. Really sad to see. But we've got a notification saying that we are ready to go. I'm ready. They are ready. Let's hope we're going to have a nice, fun race again. And away we go. Atomic saying he was dying yesterday. This is the type of negative energy that has caused Atomic to split from Spinorama. I think there's just a big personality contrast here. We're just waiting for Scotty to enter the race. Vilsek's just waiting in the pit box there. Leaker's already out on track, preparing his car for the race. But yeah, I don't think Atomic is going to be welcomed back, let's say, to Spinorama once his exams are over. I do not think that's even a remote possibility right now. But Mary has started the final, and here we go. So this is going to be another 50-lap race. It's going to be another hell of a race. There's going to be lots of blue flags, I reckon, more than in the previous session. Iceman Kimmy is having a bit of issues with blue flags. He's saying that we should be ghosting, I think, instead, but no one really wants ghosting. We do want to keep it as clean as possible on the track, but as well, let's make it as real as possible too. And you don't get ghosted cars in real life, and we hope drivers will move out the way as soon as they get a blue flag. We didn't have incidents with it in the first race. Let's hope we don't have any now either. So here we go. They are revving up their engines. We have got Grim starting in the Rod and Pollock's car, another debut driver, and he pulls away pretty slowly actually as Super Bounty takes first place already. One person stuck on the grid. Oh no, please don't say that's Max as Bagpuss goes deep into turn 1. Let's just see who's stuck on the grid. Oh, I don't think Ash is going to be racing now. but everyone pulled away in the end, I believe. Let's hope everyone is okay. Big incident there between these drivers. Oh, lots of contact between these drivers too. Oh no, what is going on here? We are going to watch the replay, but let me just check the front of the grid first to make sure everything is still going okay there. We have got Leaker in third place, Vilsec in fifth, Grim in second, Bounty in first, and Bagpuss, who made that late lunge, I think, into turn one, currently running in fourth place. There he is in the Buck and Cause livery. You can see he's actually got a bit of scuffs on his front left bumper. That's consistent with colliding with an outside driver into turn one, so we'll have to wait and see. But let's just check what happened there to Castle, I think it was. Right, we're going to go to the replay now. So they're coming through this big chicane section, 3, 4 and 5. It's a Buck and Cause, oh, a lot of contact there. And Castle, I think, gets spun. Is that Bagpuss again? Oh, I'm not sure. Let's hope it wasn't. But yeah, not a good break for the Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab cars there. Now let's just jump back and check the first order. It's still Bounty leading with Grim in second, Leaker in third, and Bagpuss still in fourth. But right behind him, Bagpuss finds himself within a Spinorama sandwich right now, as Vilsec and Leaker are surrounding him. Shane, on the other hand, is in sixth place, and he's already moved up so many positions, and he's now hunting down Vilsec. But let's not forget, Vilsec is a very fast driver here. Let's hope Vilsec can fend him off for as long as possible, giving his teammate Leica the runaway. Now, Vilsec is very close behind Bagpuss right now. Very close. He's less than 2/10. That's all he needs to be able to get an overtake done. Let's see if he can do it, as he is looking now into turn one. Bagpuss defending hard, trail braking, keeping his car tucked in turn one and turn two there. He has defended well. Vilsec's not going to be able to overtake any time soon. Now we've got Shane trailing Vilsec again. Shane looking a little bit impatient there, going left and right, trying to look for a space to make sure he can challenge this front runner. Super Bounty in first place right now, who currently has a 2-second lead. But Vilsec is still trailing. Max, it was Max who couldn't start, unfortunately. Yeah, Max has left the room. Platypus has just joined the room, but he's only going to be spectating here, as we have a big battle going on for last place as well. Castle Racing hunting down his teammate Iceman Kimmy in the Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab livery. YBN looking nice and healthy in his new team colours there. He was in Buck and Cause, but again, more drama. It means that he has now moved to BWT Racing, as we see Bounty pull away 2.6 seconds now, and the battle for second place is still on. Santi saying, can we get hype for Castle fans here, Robot? Of course you can. Castle is much deserving of it. Currently, he has the fastest lap with a 52.9 already. Doing a hell of a job there, Castle, as we see Grim go a bit deep there at the hairpin. Let's hope he can keep it. And Leaker is not... Oh, yeah, he is. He's actually catching Bounty right now. Let's hope he can catch him up quick enough. Now, moving down, we've got Bagpuss ahead now of Vilsec. Oh, he was always ahead, but Grim's dropped back. Ah, that's what's happened. So, can Bagpuss make a move on Grim right now? Let's hope he can. Grim is one of our new drivers in the new Rod and Pollux car. Bagpuss looking down the inside. Is he going to make a move on him? He is. He is going to make a move, and he's got the move done. Bagpuss has overtaken out of turn 2 there, and now Vilsec is 2 behind. Vilsec has a lot to do if he wants to keep to the back of Bagpuss. But look at Shane. You'd expect Shane to be moving ahead of Vilsec in the first few laps, but on lap 5, he has still yet to perform an overtake on him. Vilsec doing everything again, everything he needs to help his teammate pull away from Shane here. Now I'm going to jump to the to the Rod and Pollux of Bagpuss. Not Bagpuss, Grim. I can't get my words right today, sorry. And here comes Vilsec now. Vilsec side by side. Let's jump to the onboard. He has got a wheel, a front wheel lined up to the rear wheel. Ooh, that was a big... Ooh, no. That did not look safe by the Rod and Pollux there. He dived to the inside, cut in front of Vilsec, and he's gone super wide. Let's hope he's recovered well, but Shane and Bruma now challenging his teammate Shane, because Shane can't get an overtake done on Vilsec. Let's see if they're going to do the right thing and do a team switch here to make sure that at least Bruma can challenge. I don't think he's going to be able to. Not yet, at least, and Vilsec still cannot get past Bagpuss. You know, round of applause for Bagpuss, fending off Vilsec so far. He's doing a hell of a job. But But now Vilsek is going to be pouncing. Let's see if he can stay within 2/10. He's currently 3/10. He needs to try and break a little bit later, which he does. Oh, Vilsek hits the back of Bagpuss there, shoving Bagpuss forward a little bit. And now Vilsek's going to have a far better run as Bagpuss has to lift to avoid going wide. And Bagpuss has chosen the inside line there. Interesting. Again, looking a bit messy on track. And that has allowed Bruma to catch back up to the back of Shane even closer now. I think Shane should let him go and at least let Bruma attack Vilsek first. Bruma looks quick around here. What do you guys think? So they're coming up to 10 now. Bruma's dropped back a tiny bit on Shane, but he's closed it back up in the braking. Can he keep it? No, but look how close Bagpuss is now to Vilsek. Gonna jump to Vilsek's onboard to see if he's gonna do the same thing again. He's looking down the inside. This time Bagpuss has left him a little more space and he's got the overtake done. Bagpuss goes really wide and I think he's been taken by Shane too. Yes, he has. And now Bagpuss finds himself within a sandwich. No, he hasn't. He's going to be breaking a bit later, but Shane has the inside line. Bagpuss is pushed wide and that allows Bruma to go up the inside of Bagpuss too. Bagpuss is just left out on 3 positions in 2 corners. That is really unfortunate here. He just left a bit too much space for Vilsek there, and that caused him to understeer through 12, and he went so wide that he had to lift off the gas, and that allowed these other 2 default cars to close him down into turn 1. Really unfortunate there. Now I'm going to jump back up to race leader Super Bounty and OFR Likala Spinorama team captain in the Spinorama drama car. He's caught him by 2 seconds in the last 5 laps. He's now less than 3/10 behind, just over 3/10 behind as they go through turn 12. Leak is going to be wanting to pounce now. This is going to be his first race win, I believe, in OFR GTS. So if he can get this done, it would be great because it will allow him to pull away. But let's just jump down to his time and see. He is at 4.8 seconds ahead of Vilsek. We'll keep an eye on that gap because Leaker may be losing time now as he is trailing Super Bounty so closely. Jan is saying Bruma and Castle are the fastest on track now, I think. And Jan, Santi is again asking for some hype in the chat for Castle. Castle is very loved. He doesn't currently have the fastest lap anymore. It's currently held by Bruma with a 52.8, but Castle was not far off. We haven't seen any of the top runners pit yet. Is Super Bounty going to pit now? He has moved his car to the inside line, but he's not going to pit. No, he's staying out for now. And Leaker is staying out as well. Leaker has dropped that gap to 8/10 now, so he's lost half a tenth in this last lap alone. Bounty doing a fantastic job right now, and a big battle going on between the Buck and Cole and Rod and Pollock's cars in 11th and 12th place. Max, really sorry that you couldn't start the race, unfortunately. Hopefully this game improves on its next iteration, hopefully for PS5. Rubs saying go Castle. A lot of support for Castle here as we see a car going wide. Is that Scotty? It is Scotty. What happened to Scotty there? Let's catch a replay and see. Oh, he just goes too wide at turn 12 and he slides. The gravel manages to slow him down in time, but that was his own fault there. Unfortunate for Scotty there. Going back up to the race leader. The gap's now 4/10, so he's managed to gain 4/10. Leaker has on Super Bounty. Let's see if he can pull it back now. Doesn't really look like he can. Super Bounty is doing a very good defensive drive right now. And look at that. The gap between him and Vilsek has reduced. So Vilsek's catching these 2. Now, the tyres aren't looking great. Super Bounties are far more warm than Leaker's. Both of them are on Super Softs. Super Bounty has far less fuel than Leaker as well. So Super Bounty is going to have to come into the pits soon. Now, Leaker could do the overcut here and jump him in the pits, but I don't think the overcut strategy worked too well in the first race. Atomic sent a message saying, I'm underappreciated just like Captain Vane was in Black Sails. They don't understand your real value till you're gone. He's just sad if he's honest. Well, I'm sure if you plead with Leaker, he may let you back, but and they could have done with some more points in race 1 as well. But there goes Bounty into the pits, and Leaker goes into the pits as well. Both of them pitting. Now, this is going to be some pit stop drama if Leaker decides to underfuel his car. He has actually got a lot of fuel. He may not even need to refuel his car. This may just be he hasn't refueled his car. That has to be possibly the greatest strategy I have seen yet in OFR GTS. Lika starts the race on far more fuel, I think, doesn't refuel his car, so he doesn't have to refuel on the second pit stop. Is that really what just happened? Where's I can't see Super Bounty. Where has he come out? He's 7th. Wow. If that's the case, then yeah, wow. Now, I'm going to jump down to this big battle for 3rd place right now. As you can see, Lika has actually pitted, and because he didn't refuel, he's come out. And Shane's doing the same thing as well. Look at Shane's fuel. He's almost got 3/4 of a tank, and I imagine he's just going to go in, put on some fresh softs, then just pull away. Now, I'm not sure if everyone's doing this. If they are, then fair enough. I've made a mistake. Jan saying that he did that last race as well. Ah, so it is a strategy. Very, very interesting. So where does that leave Bounty? Bounty's now come out in 5th place, ahead of Shane as Shane pits. He's now trailing Bagpuss, who hasn't pitted yet, but Vilsek has pitted, and Vilsek's come out in 3rd place as well. So Bounty really got screwed in the pits there. Because if you look at the fuel difference between Bounty and Vilsek, it's not that much, it's about 3 laps. Wow, that's a really clever move by these drivers. Really, really clever. Now, I'm just going to cycle through because I can see a bit of a battle going on a bit further down. It's Grim, and I think that was... Oh no, it's Grim and YBN battling, actually. Interesting. And further up the field, we've got a battle going on again between Super Bounty and Bruma now. So these two haven't fought each other yet this race. This is going to be their first go at each other. Let's see if Bounty has what it takes to keep up with our 2nd place driver in the standings right now. Bruma has a bit more fuel, but a bit more fuel, but slightly less worn tyres. So it's going to be a pretty even battle. And now Iceman Kimmy is catching up to the back of Super Bounty as well. So let's wait and see what happens here. Beautiful livery as we see Super Bounty in that pink BWT Racing Point Force India Racing Point car there. And Pitch Black is saying tomorrow his birthday. Well, happy early birthday for you there, Pitch. Hope you have a good one. Now, back to the race. It does actually look like Iceman Kimmy is catching up to the back of Super Bounty. Let's look at his tyres. He's got less fuel and a little bit more worn tyres, so he may have pitted 1 lap earlier, but he is right on the back of him. He's taken out 2/10 just through that chicane section alone as he comes out of 6th, approaches 7th, just 3 or 7/10 behind now, so he's dropped back a little bit. Let's see if he can keep it. I think he'll be able to. I don't think he's going to get an overtake this lap, but maybe the next lap. Here comes Iceman. No, he's a bit too far behind. So Bounty does have pace. I think he's quite similarly paced, actually, to the car of Iceman Kimmy in that Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab car there. Out in 1st is Lika, 1.5 seconds ahead of his teammate. Let's look at the tyre difference, because this is really just going to come down to strategy. Because on this track, it's really difficult for the front runners to have a lot more pace. Like Bruma and Shane, for example, it's difficult for them to take advantage of their pace because of how close you have to follow around this track. It's kind of similar to Monaco in that sense. But Lika's pulling away a little bit, a 10th a lap, I think, from Vilsek right now. Just cycle through all of the liveries now so you can see everyone. So that's Spinorama first. This is default now. BWT Racing Point Force India in 4th. Missed out 5th place there, sorry. We've got Iceman Kimmy in the Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab car there, looking very nice as well. Shane in the default car, championship leader, currently struggling to get past these drivers in 6th place right now. Castle Racing in the Tag Heuer. Bagpuss in the Bock and Coles livery. A lot of scuffs and scrapes on his car there. Mary twinning Bagpuss in the Bock and Coles livery. Oh, I did it. I finally did it. Oh my goodness. Apologies for that, guys. This name was designed to catch me out, unfortunately. Let's move on. BWT Racing there. A new livery of the Rod and Pollux Ginger car there. Looking very nice. And finally... Oh, and he's in last place, so there we go. That's all of the drivers. Now, the gap is 1.5 seconds. So, Vilsek has managed to gain a 10th, but he's just lost it again going through turn 12. He's struggling a bit, Vilsek is, to catch up to his teammate right now. Both of them are very similarly paced. Let's look at the fuel difference between these two. Vilsek has far less fuel as well. He should be gaining due to his lighter car, but he just can't do it. Moving down to 5th and 4th, we've got that battle still going on between Iceman Kimi and Super Bounty. Jan, are you in a party with Iceman right now? How is he getting on? Is he feeling under pressure? Is he feeling okay? When is he looking to make that overtake on Super Bounty? Is he going to leave it to the pit stops, or is he going to try and do it on track? Would love to know. Would absolutely love to know. Ash Wilson saying that he designed the Rod and Pollux car. Took me an hour to do it. Temporary design until next season. And Rod and Pollux Fishing saying it's Ginger like the host of the show. Very nice to see. Looks like we have 3 Gingers here with us in OFR. Yeah, Jan, would love to know when Iceman is going to look to make this move. Is he just saving his tyres right now, or is he struggling to keep behind Super Bounty, who has quite phenomenal pace here? I'm going to jump back up to the race leader, Lika, who is coming up to the back marker of the Rod and Pollux car. Jan saying that Iceman Kimi, he's faster on older tyres, so he's just keeping up for now. Interesting. But look at that, Bruma has closed the gap to Vilsek to less than a second now. Bruma looking far more comfortable than Shane on this track. I don't think either of them are going to be in a position to swap in the driver championships. Let's just see what the current standings state. No, not yet, because Bruma is 40 points behind his teammate Shane right now. But Shane may be able to reduce that gap. But let's see, he's gained 3 tenths just in the last 3 corners on Vilsek, and he's still gaining. So right now we are about to see Bruma overtake Vilsek here. Spinorama versus default, and there's going to be a Spinorama sandwich after this. He's brought that gap down now to 4 tenths of a second. Maybe Vilsek is just slowing down to help Lika get away and slow up Bruma because they know he's catching. But Bruma's brought that gap down to just 3 tenths of a second now. Here they go, coming out of turn 6 into turn 7 at this right hand that you do need to brake for. Full speed all the way through 8 there and 9 here, approaching the hairpin at turn 10, early braking on the outside, trail brake in, Bruma looking down the inside, cleverly gets that overtake done nice and early into the corner, which will allow him to pull away, get on the throttle earlier outside of 11 and yeah, pull away. So he's got the overtake done now, and here comes Bruma on Lika. Let's keep an eye on that gap. It is 2.7 seconds, so we'll jump back a little bit later as we see, is that Vilsek in the pits? It's Vilsek in the pits. Now let's see where he comes out. He's going to have to refuel this time, so his pit stop's going to be a little longer. He starts the refuel now. He's still refueling, so he's going to come out with about just over half a tank, I reckon. He pulls away, and he's got just over half a tank of fuel. There we go. So he's come out in 8th place, but all the way down from 2nd or 1st all the way down to 8th. Still have to pit again. So we're going to jump back up now into 3rd, 4th and 5th as we watch this amazing battle between 3 different cars. Default of Shane in 5th. We've got the Tag Phoenix Race Lab of Iceman in 4th, and the BWT Racing Point Force India pink car in 3rd, going wide at the hairpin, allowing Iceman Kimi to close that gap down a bit. This might just be his chance. Bounty defending on the inside already. That's going to affect his exit of 12. Havoc's joined us. Nice to have you with us. Glad to know you've got your internet back as well. Spinorama could have really done with your help today in the first tier race. But they still got a race win. Very good. Very good of them. Very nice to see. And we've got a big... Oh, now Shane's looking round the outside. No, he's not. He's going to have to yield as they go through the chicane section. Here they come through the first hairpin. Oh, we've got contact between BWT and Tag Her, and that's going to allow Shane to sneak up the inside. As you know, he's still behind. He's now overtaken Bounty, and he's moved up to 3rd place. And now Shane is right behind the Tag Her Phoenix Race Lab of Iceman Kimi, who's currently in 2nd place now, as OFR Lika... Has he pitted? He must have pitted. He has pitted, and that's why he's come out in 6th place. And Shane is right at the back. He's looking down the inside already, but Iceman is defending aggressively here. Shane now going to try and outbrake as Iceman comes into the pits. So Shane is now in second place. He has done quite a bit of tyre management. He's got about 33% wear on the left and about 25 on the right. But he does have about 5 laps of fuel that he will be able to extend his stint on if he can keep those tyres under control. So I'm going to jump down to third because there's a big battle going on again between Castle now in third place. Nice to see you there, Castle. But look at the wear on his tyres. One thing Castle isn't that great at is managing tyre wear. He's coming round the hairpin at 5 and 6 now. He's going to be struggling a lot through these right-handers because his left tyres are so worn. He's going to pit as well because he's on reserve fuel now. Let's hope he can pit and still come out in a solid position. You can hear his tyres screeching there as Nika tries to make a move on Super Bounty, and he's done it! He's done that move. Let's just quickly jump back and watch the replay of that. So they were coming up through 8 and 9 into the hairpin. Bounty moves to the left, Leica stays to the right, and he hasn't overtaken him there. Bounty ooh, contact there between these drivers. Leica almost shoves him wide to make room for his car on the inside there. Going to be some more drama in Spinorama as we see Super Bounty pitting now for some fresh rubber. First and second is currently held by Bruma and Shane, but both of them need to pit in the next 3 laps. Castle needs to pit as well, and that's going to allow Leica to reclaim his first position. So here they come up to the hairpin. Now, sorry, I was just reading a few of the comments. I don't think Jan's happy with that overtake, even though it wasn't his car. But he's always saying Spinorama's feisty today. Fightsy. Sorry, Spinorama's... No, he spelt it wrong. It's a mix between feisty and fightsy. Interesting. Race Tate saying thank you to Santi for congratulating him for his first win in GTS. Atomic is laughing again. I think he's laughing at Leica's overtake there. Atomic is not getting relations with Spinorama Drama to a point where he can go back to the team. Not sure if this is the strategy you want there. Ash is saying he was delighted to finish 4th. We were all delighted to see you finish 4th there as well. Now looking on track, looking for some battles right now. Shane and Bruma are chasing away. Bruma's coming into the pits now, I believe, because he's run out of fuel. Oh no, he's staying out. Bruma's going for 1 more lap. So he is really going to be on reserve fuel, and he's going to have to extend his pit stop a little bit longer whilst he is filling his tank back up. As Shane comes into the pits now. Now let's see where he comes out. Now let's jump down to 3rd place, which is Vilsek right now. He's going to jump ahead of Vilsek, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, Vilsek's definitely going to jump him. Vilsek's running on about 4 laps of fuel. He'll need to go again soon. And Shane is not yet come out. Oh, Shane's come out behind. Is that Iceman Kimmy? He's come out behind Ice. Oh, he's come out behind Iceman Kimmy and a blue flag back marker of Grim. Let's hope Grim gets out of the way. He does, in a very good position as well. He moved off the racing line there and allowed Shane to undertake him. But now Shane is going to be hunting down Bagpuss. Really good job for Spinorama so far. They're doing everything they need to secure a 1 and 2, I believe. I'm not sure where Vilsek's going to come out after he pits. Both Vilsek and Leica have similar strategies right now. They're both on a quarter tank of fuel with about 5%, 10% tyre wear. Bruma is now in the pits. Let's see if he comes out ahead. He's refueling. He's not going to get ahead of Leica. Leica's taken that 1st place now. Oh no, he hasn't yet. He hasn't yet. I beg your pardon. Bruma sets the fastest lap. Oh, he's going to come out behind. Bruma comes out behind Vilsek, but he's on fresher tyres with half a tank of fuel. So this is where, if Bruma's going to win, this is where he needs to make his attack. Because it's currently being decided by the pit stops. He needs to get in front of these guys before they pit to make sure that he has a pit stop in hand. But Spinorama Drama is currently in 1 and 2. Very, very nice to see. So Havoc, thanks to your constructive criticism yesterday, I am trying my very best to jump between many drivers. I hope this is okay for you. But not much going on track right now, so let's have another look at the liveries. Who do you guys think in the stream is going to win the livery of the season award? You are not allowed to vote. Sorry about that, Havoc. You are not allowed to vote for your own team. So who do you think has the best livery other than your own team? Tomic's asking how many laps till Bruma sends one down the inside. And Atomic voting for Spinorama. He likes to be the underdog who breaks the rules, as you can see. But not much going out on track right now, so apologies for this, guys. But I'll stick with the race leaders for now. I think they're coming up to another back marker that could come into play because it looks like it's Super Bounty, I think, and it looks like no, it's YBN racing in his new team BWT, and that looks like that's going to come into effect in around the chicane section if Lika can close him down, and that's exactly where you do not want a back marker. VR saying Tag Her's got a nice livery. Interesting, nice honest opinion there. Racete saying good on the Spinorama boys. They helped me massively going into this race. Looks like they're doing well. So yeah, Lika is basically the OFR teacher. You know, he tries to help the drivers out as much as possible. In terms of race setups, racing lines, corner entry, corner exit, when to get on throttle, that type of stuff. Everything to do with this league, he really does help out these guys. And whenever a newcomer comes in, Lika always goes straight to them, tells them if they need setup, let me know. Really great to see. Big OFR ambassador. Helping us out a lot there. Right, so big battle now. Bruma has closed down Vilsec. Now this is going to get exciting. So, Bruma's closed the gap to below 3/10 on the entry into 12. It's dropped down a little bit, but he's got it back now. He needs to be within 2/10 as he's coming out of 12 to even consider looking down the inside. He's closed that down to about 1/10 now. You can see how close he is, and he may even do it now. He's got a wheel down the outside of him. There's a little bit of contact between these two. They need to keep it clean as they're coming through into the hairpin now. Bruma looking around the outside, but Vilsec sticking to the inside, forcing him wide in the most cleanest way possible. But now Bruma has the inside line going in to... Oh, there's a little bit of contact between them there. A little bit of contact going through 7, 8 now, and 9. But Bruma has got the overtake done. And now Bruma is hunting down Lika. He was just exactly a second behind. And like I said, he needs to get this overtake done before they pit. That will extinguish the pit stop strategy causing the outcome of this race. Let's see if he can do it. Yeah, VR saying he needs to hold up Bruma. Vilsec needs to hold up Bruma. He did, but Bruma was just so much quicker as both of these guys pit now. So that's Vilsec in the pits and Lika in the pits as well. So they're refueling. Let's see where they come out. So of course Lika's come out ahead. He's come out in 3rd place, trailing Shane, but let's see how far away he is from the race lead. He's only 12 seconds behind the race leader. So Bruma needs to pull away now to get around 18 seconds, as I think that's how much you'll need to secure a race lead when you come out of the pit. Let's hope he can do it. So, we've got both of the default cars back in 1 and 2. This is where they've been finishing in most races this season, I believe. But they still have to pit. They are 1 pit behind Lika and Vilsec right now. What this means is... This means is... unless Bruma can pull away and almost align his pit stops with the Spinorama cars, Spinoramas are going to have an advantage right now, and that's why I'm so curious as to whether he can pull away this 18-second gap. But he can't, because Lika has already closed that 13-second gap down to 12.2. So Bruma's not running away with it right now. He's not got enough pace. Let's see how Vilsec's getting on right now, because he's in 6th, separated by the Iceman Kimi and Castle Racing, and a back marker of Grim, who needs to move out of the way as soon as possible, which he doesn't do. He hasn't given way to Vilsec yet. Vilsec's not going to be happy. There he goes. I think he actually gave him a bit of a tow there, all the way up on the run-up up to turn 12, so that may have actually helped Vilsec out a bit. And Vilsec is 18 seconds behind Bruma. So right now, Bruma will come out ahead of Vilsec. So he will at least split the Spinorama dramas. So we've got Ash Wilson saying that the Rod and Pollux livery is the best as it stands out in a crowd. Interesting. Very interesting. But isn't that your own team? And did I not say don't vote for your own team? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it is a very standoutish livery, I must say. Now, let's go up to 2 and 3, because... Oh, it's the back marker behind Shane. It's not Lika. Lika is 3.9 seconds behind Shane, so he has a lot to do to catch up. We've got a few cars trailing in 4th and 5th. We've got Castle only 8 tenths ahead of Iceman Kimi right now. Both of these guys teammates, so both, I'm sure, are in the same chat and are trying their best to keep it clean. Havoc saying Lika must have taken less fuel. Let's have a look. He's got just over a quarter tank. Vilsek's got in between a quarter and a half. Vilsek's got about 3/8, so only a little bit less, maybe like a second, but that still doesn't explain why Vilsek came out so far behind. It could have been the case that Lika just had more reserve fuel in his tank before he pitted. And you know, he didn't have to actually put that much in, but here comes Vilsek, about to make a move on Iceman Kimi. Ooh, almost contact between these two as they come around turn 12 right now. Vilsek managing to stay right behind, coming out of the line to get some more downforce. I thought he had a wheel beside him there, but Iceman Kimi's chosen the inside line, and he's made sure he's forced Vilsek wide there. That's clever, because what he didn't want to do was almost not trail brake and go deep into the corner, allowing Vilsek to do a switchback. He managed to cover the switchback off there, so good work. But don't underestimate Vilsek. He will make an amazing move, as he always does. So here they go through 8 and 9, coming up to the hairpin at 10 and 11. He is really close behind, and he's looking down the inside. Kimi's gone wide, unfortunately, and Vilsek's actually got the overtake done. He has got a part of his fairing ahead, but Iceman Kimi's coming back. No, he's not going to be able to make it. Vilsek sticks to the inside line, has a far better line, more rubber on the racing line there, and that allows him to break the Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab chain, and he is now sandwiched between them. So well done, Vilsek. Another nice move from you. Going back to first place, Bruma is 9 seconds ahead. Lika has been closing that gap. Look, he's now got it down to less than 11 seconds, so this could be Lika's first race win. Let's have a look at the fuel difference between these two. It's not looking great for Lika. Lika's is only got about 2 laps extra fuel, so Bruma is actually doing what he needs to actually, you know, make sure the pit stop isn't part of the strategy. Because if he can stay out for as long as possible, looking after his tyres and reducing his fuel use, he will align his pit stops with the Spinorama dramas. And if they can do that, this race is going to come alive. It's going to be on track rather than in the pits. Let's have a look at Shane's fuel management and tyres. It's pretty similar, a little bit better than his teammate Bruma right now. So Shane is also bringing this race to life on the track as well, extending the stint, doing some fuel saving as much as possible. Leica does need to pit, yeah, and yes, you're right, but as I said, the default cars will need to do that too. What they are doing right now is trying to align these pit stops. Clever work from the default car, but Lika currently has the pace, since they are probably fuel saving, the default cars. Lika has the pace to disrupt this. Right, so there comes Shane into the pits. He is the first of the top 4 to make his third or fourth pit stop. So here he comes. Everyone else has stayed out. Castle's pitted too. He's put on, let's see what tyre he's put on fresh super softs, and he's put in 9 laps of fuel. So there we go. That's going to take him not to the end of the race. If he's only put in 9 laps of fuel and there's 13 to go, is he made a mistake here? Or is he banking on pitting again? We're going to have to wait and see what Bruma does now. Bruma's just coming up. He's in the pit. He's coming into the pits. Right, it's all coming alive now. Is Lika coming in? He's staying out. Lika is staying out. So let's jump to Bruma and have a look how much fuel he's got. Let's see how much fuel he puts in. It's saying only 3 laps. I'm not sure if that's... Has he really put in 3 laps of fuel? No, way more. I think that's just a glitch. And he pulls away with half a tank. Yeah, that's better. Oh, maybe he only had 3 liters of fuel left or something. Okay, fair enough. Right, so Bruma has come out and split the Spinorama Dramas. And Vilsec needs to pit. And Lika needs to pit. They did it. Default did it. Can they go? Okay, guys, watching the stream. Can they go 12 laps on half a tank of fuel? Did they really just beat them in strategy? Atomic, no laughing from you, please. It's not what Spinorama needs right now. But Lika hasn't pitted yet. He's doing 1 more lap. And Vilsec is doing the same. Another lap. Comptech Esports, thanks for giving us the info. 12 laps is possible on half a tank. So they've done it on strategy! How did they manage to do this? How could Spinorama let that happen? They had similar pace here today. They pulled away at the start. Shane was stuck behind in 6th for about 8 laps. And they've done it on strategy. Unless I'm making a terrible mistake right now and I've missed something completely. Let's see if Lika comes into the pits. Yeah, he's pitting. Lika's pitting. And is Vilsec pitting? He has to pit. He's got no fuel. Yep, he's pitting. He's moved over to the right and into the pit lane. So there we go. Let's see where they come out. Here comes Shane, round turn 12. Before Vilsec even gets to his pit box, Lika is currently refueling in P4. Vilsec changing his tyres now. Lika pulling away. Lika coming out behind Shane. Vilsec still refueling. How much fuel is he putting in? Just over half a tank. So Bruma's got just under half a tank. Shane's got even less, about 3/8 of a tank. Lika's got about 7/16 of a tank. And Vilsec's got the most fuel and the freshest tyres. Now, can they do it? Lika has got 2.6 seconds to catch up to Shane. He then has 10 seconds to catch up to Bruma. Unless Bruma runs out of fuel, Spinorama has lost the win here. Atomic saying they're pulling the Ferrari strategy, even in GTS. Ouch. Atomic, that's uncalled for, man. That's so uncalled for. But Bruma, 8 seconds ahead of his teammate Shane right now. Had far more pace than Shane this week as we just see Shane entering the chicane section there. Can't speak right now, sorry. With Lika behind and a back marker between them for good luck. Lika's now past that back marker and he needs to hunt down Shane. He's got 2.4 seconds. Let's see if he can do it. Let's not forget this battle between these two Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab boys. Battling for 5th place, looking for the final top 5 position. Get that 10 points for the team. If they can keep it clean, they'll get 18 points for the team here. Much needed. I believe Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab and the Golden Arrows are currently on equal points in the championship. So yeah, they need as many points as possible here because Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab does have 2 drivers here, and the Golden Arrows don't have a single driver, I believe, because Max could not start the race. Very unfortunate. We've got one guy in the pits. I won't check who that is just yet because there's a big battle going on between these two now. Let's just jump up to Leica. He hasn't managed to reduce that gap yet. Let's check at the back of the pack to see what's going on there. YBN having a bit of a lonely race in 11th right now. Currently in last place. He won't be getting a point for BWT, unfortunately, but he hasn't had a clean race. Moving up to Grim, he's going to get the final point so far. 9th place is currently out of the picture. He must be a back marker somewhere a bit further up, but Bagpuss there in the Bock and Calls livery is looking nice and healthy. His teammate must be in 9th place then. Yep, there he is, letting those 2 Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Labs pass. So Bock and Calls will be getting 8th and 9th. That's 4 and 2, 6 points collectively. How did Vilsec jump Castle? It was in the pits. It was in the pits. Taking another look at that livery. Big OFR stamp on the back. Very, very nice. First place Broomer is just overtaken YBN Steven, the back marker. He's 7.9 seconds ahead of his teammate Shane right now, looking for a very comfortable win. If he can get a quarter tank, if he can get 7 laps out of a quarter tank, that is, he needs to do a lot of fuel saving if that's going to be possible. Lika currently in 3rd place, still hasn't closed that gap up, and he only has about 1.5 laps extra fuel. Yes, Jan, the timing screen is absolutely terrible here. I hope in the next game that they release it's a bit more accurate, more of the F1 style, where you can actually see the interval between all of the drivers at any one time. That way I can jump to them without having to take my eyes off the race and onto the mini-map at the top to see what's going on. Lika gap is still 2.3. He's not gaining. Let's see where Vilsack is in all of this. He's 8 seconds behind his teammate Lika right now. This race is this top 3 hunt is pretty much over for Vilsack unless Lika makes a mistake here. More drama for Spinorama. Now we've got someone in the pits as well. Let's see who that is. It is Grim. Put on some fresh rubber, refueled his car a bit, well, overfueled his car maybe. But he is still in the position to get that final point. Rodden Pollock's first point, I believe, this season. So it'll be very nice to see that. Grim has plenty of fuel, just supers to the end to push and cover off for 11th. Yes, Ash, you are right. Let's quickly check that gap to 1st place. It's still over 8 seconds. Oh, Shane only now has 1.8 seconds on Lika. Has Lika turned his engine up, and is he gaining on him now? Let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can do it. The gap's 1.6. I think Shane is going to be struggling right now for fuel. He's got almost 5 laps, or just under 5 laps to go, almost 4 laps to go, I beg your pardon. As he crosses the line, he will have exactly 4 laps to go, and he's got to get 1/8 of a tank to 4 laps. Will he be able to do it, guys? Will he be able to do it? Oh, Ash, sorry, you finished 4th. Of course you did. You managed to get 12 points for your team there. So yeah, apologies for that. Congratulations. Lots of nice, fresh debut points for Rodden Pollock there. Who is the other driver in your team? Please remind me. I'd love to see him on the track at one point before the end of the season as well. Lika, the gap is down to less than a second. Lika's got the pace right now. I think Shane is doing a recovery drive for his fuel. Oh no. Lika's eyeing him up 0.8. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. I'm just going to quickly jump to these two because Bagpuss is caught right up to the back of Super Bounty there, look. I will jump back to Spinorama Drama in a second, but I just want to quickly see if Bagpuss is going to be able to move up from 4 points into the 6-point range to take 7th place away from BWT. Could be possible. Quickly checking their tyre strat. Oh, looks like Super Bounty is a bit worse for wear on his tyres, jumping back up to Shane and Lika. Lika's got that gap down to 0.3 now. Oh no, Shane's got flashing fuel. He's not gonna be able to make it to the end. He's got 2 laps left to do. He's got 49 and 50. He's not gonna make it. How much fuel does Lika have? He has enough. Lika definitely has enough fuel. Right, this is gonna be a defensive drive from Shane now. He needs to have perfect precision car placement right now. Let's see if he can do it. He needs to defend in every place he possibly can. He needs to park his car in the center to right side of every right-hander to make sure Lika does not look down the inside anywhere. I'm not sure. I think I'm really neutral over who's going to win here. Well, who's going to gain 2nd place. I don't necessarily want Spinorama to win, the same as I don't necessarily want the default car to win. I want them both to keep it clean and keep this as entertaining as possible. He's got 1 lap left. Now Lika is on flashing fuel. Shane is almost depleted his fuel. I'd love to know if he can get round. Guys, what do you think? Is he going to be able to do it? put them on put them on cockpit. Is he asking for cockpit cam? I'm not sure how to get that on this. It doesn't say liters anywhere, I don't think. I'm gonna jump back to the spectator view though, because this is the final lap. Shane is ahead. He's got, I can hardly see the red line. He is so low on fuel right now. Is he going to be able to make it? How's Bruma doing on fuel? He's also on red. I don't think Shane, let's just see if he's lifting. Let's jump to the onboard. They're coming up the final straight now, gonna jump to the race winner and watch him cross the line, as these two in front are going to have to stay out for another lap. We'll jump to them afterwards. There goes Bruma taking another win for the default team there. Leak has managed to jump Shane. He's done it. He has jumped him and he's taken second place. Shane's run out of fuel. You can see how slow he is driving there. Unlucky Shane. But we're going to watch Leaker as he crosses the line. Congratulations, Leaker and Shane. Oh, it feels like a jump in. Oh, no, he's not. Phil Singh was so close as YBN spins across the line there. Now, let's see how those Tag Here Phoenix Race Lab boys are getting on. It looks like Kimmy has pulled away from his teammate Castle, and Castle's going to finish in 6th place, but a nice 18 points here. Oh, and they forgot to set the timer again, so they didn't finish the race, unfortunately. But maybe Bagpuss could have overtaken that BWT of Super Bounty, we'll never know. But again, another solid race, and sorry for cutting the race short there. Vilsek didn't manage to take Shane, but yeah, solid performance by Leaker. He beat him in strategy today. Well done. So guys, thanks for joining in. D3 is going to start in just over an hour's time, so make sure you tune in for that too, and I'll see you later.